Hello student, here is the second lecture of the sector of Indian economics, chapter second of the economics. Yesterday in first lecture, we have seen what is primary sector, what is secondary sector and what is tertiary sector or different name of this sector which we have seen, and what is the role or how they are interdependent, and all these things we have seen, and just we have started comparing the three sector because almost all these three sectors, they are interrelated to each other. Primary sector dependent on secondary, secondary dependent on primary, and both these sectors, they are dependent on the tertiary sector for the different purpose. Means they are interrelated, that we have seen yesterday. So various production activities in the primary, secondary and tertiary sector produce in the large number of the goods and services, which we call the economy. Economy means what? Economic activity means activity which generate the income, activity where generate the income to the person is called the economic activity. जो activities में से व्यक्ति को अर्निंग या इनकम होता है, उसको क्या कहा है? जनरेट होता है, उसको इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी कहा है. And another term, what is economy? So economy is a process. Economy is what? It is the process of production. Production is important in the economy. Then that production should have to be distributed, and consumption, that production when that reach to the final consumer means consumption of the goods and services in the country or region. Means in economy, production, distribution and consumption, these three things are very important that we discussed here. Also, three sectors have a large number of people working in them to produce goods and services, and in all three sectors, large number of people, they are working for producing these goods and services which is used for the or consumption taken place of these services as well as goods. I am teaching you that is also the consumption of service for you. You are watching this video means what? This is the consumption of service. This is also called the economic activity. And next step therefore is to see how much goods and services are produced and how many people work in each sector. So production is important, but how much production is done or how many people they are working separately in different sector, that thing also is important. In an economy, there could be one or more sector which are dominant in the term of total production and employment, while other sectors are relatively small in size. Means in economy, all these three sectors, primary, secondary and tertiary, they are not equal. If we consider in primary sector, that is called the agriculture sector, more people they are involved in this primary sector, but comparing to their involvement or engaged people, comparing to the engaged people, their output or contribution to the GDP, that is less comparing to the tertiary sector. If we consider the tertiary sector, very small number of people they are working in the tertiary sector, but their GDP contribution is much more comparing to the primary sector. Okay, and in secondary sector many more people they are working, and as per their working their contribution is there in the GDP, gross domestic product. ओके, कोई सेक्टर में लोग कम काम कर रहे हैं लेकिन उसका आउटपुट और कंट्रीब्यूशन ज़्यादा हो रहा, फॉर एग्जांपल टर्शरी सेक्टर और सर्विस सेक्टर। लेकिन प्राइमरी सेक्टर या एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर में लोग बहुत है, उनकी संख्या बहुत ज़्यादा है, लेकिन उससे कंपेयर करते हैं लोगों से तो उनका जो आउटपुट है या कंट्रीब्यूशन जीडीपी में उनका कंट्रीब्यूशन बहुत कम है कंपेयरिंग टू द टर्शरी सेक्टर और सेकेंडरी सेक्टर. ओके, so next thing is how do we count the various goods and services and know the total production in each sector. So it is important that in particular sector how much production is taken place or their goods and services taken place and how they count, that thing is important. Okay, so here how we calculate this production of goods and their goods and services. With so many thousands of goods and services produced, you might think this is an impossible task. It is not simple task for calculating. It is impossible just after overlooking. Not only would the task be enormous, बहुत बड़ी टास्क तो है ही, इसके अलावा you might also wonder how we can add up the cars, computers and nails in the furniture. It won't makes the sense, means making sense it is important but it is very hard. So example is given here. You is economists, as per the this is big problem. To get the around this problem, economists suggested that value of all the goods and services should be used rather than adding up the actual number. मीन्स कितना प्रोडक्शन हुआ है वो इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है, तो उस प्रोडक्शन की वैल्यू कितनी है, दैट थिंग इज़ वेरी इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर कैलकुलेटिंग द जीडीपी contribution of the particular sector. One example is given here about the wheat. Also we have overlooked this example, but again we will see. For example, 10,000 kg of wheat is sold as per the 8 rupees per kg, means 8 rupees per kg it is the cost, and how much quantity of wheat is there, 10,000 kg, and value of this wheat would be 80,000. So we are interested here only for the value of wheat, which is 80,000. That thing is important for calculating the contribution of the GDP in a particular sector. Value of 5,000 coconuts at the 10 rupees per coconut will be 50,000. Here 50,000 is important for the value. Similarly, the value of goods and services in 3 sectors are calculated and then added up. In this way, we have interest, or we having the interest for calculating the final value of particular goods. Not we are not interested for the contribution, for the how much production is there, but we are interested for the total value of that particular production. So remember, there is one precaution one has to take, means there is need to take the precaution for calculating the value of this production. Not every goods for the service that is produced and sold need to be counted. It makes sense only to include the final goods and services, means there is need to count what, only final goods and services. Take for instant. For what? Pause. So here thing is important, that final goods and services and value of that final goods and services is important for calculating the value or adding up the value of particular sector. The mill grind of the wheat and sells the flour to the biscuit company for 10 rupees per kg. Biscuit company uses the flour and things such as sugar, add the sugar and oil to make the packet of biscuit and sell the biscuit in market to the consumer for the rupees 60, rupees 50 per packet. Biscuit are the final good, that is goods that reach to the consumer. Here is given the example of the biscuit packet. So final value of the biscuit after reaching the consumer, that is counted here, instead of adding the value of wheat, then sugar, then oil, then package. All this includes in the final products after reaching the consumer, that is 50 rupees 50 per packet. There is no need for counting the separate value of this intermediate goods, that is flour, wheat, then flour, then adding sugar, then oil, then other requirement, money, no need. Okay, so why are only the final goods and services counted? तो क्वेश्चन यहाँ आता है कि क्यों फाइनल गुड्स और सर्विसेज ही हमें काउंट करना है फॉर एडिंग द वैल्यू ऑफ पर्टिकुलर सेक्टर. इन द कॉन्ट्रास्ट टू द फाइनल goods such as wheat and the wheat flour in this example are the intermediate good. Means in this production of the biscuit packet, wheat and wheat flour, they are called here what? Intermediate good. There is no need for counting the value of intermediate good in the final value of or final product or goods. Intermediate goods are used up in producing the final goods. फाइनल गुड प्रोड्यूस करने के लिए इंटरमीडिएट गुड्स का यूज होता है, बट देर इज नो नीड फॉर already their value counted in the final product. Okay, so here the value of goods already included in the value of all intermediate good that are used in making the final goods. मीन्स यहाँ जो बिस्किट का पैकेट जो 15 रुपीज़ का आता है तो वो फाइनल वैल्यू हो गई. इसमें सभी इंटरमीडिएट गुड्स वॉट एवर यूज फॉर मेकिंग द बिस्किट, ऑल इंटरमीडिएट गुड्स आर वैल्यू ऑफ इंटरमीडिएट गुड्स आर added in the rupees 15. So there is no need for counting it separately. Hence the value of 60 rupees 60 for the biscuit, that is final good, already included the value of flour. यदि टोटल पैकेट 60 का होता है तो उसमें सभी वैल्यू इंक्लूड की है, जिसमें 10 रुपीज़ इज द वैल्यू ऑफ व्हाट? फ्लोर. देन सिमिलरली the value of other intermediate goods, would have been included. The value of flour and the wheat separately is therefore not correct, because then we would be counting the value of same things number of time. यदि हम इसमें व्हीट की वैल्यू ऐड करते रहेंगे या उसके बाद फ्लोर की वैल्यू ऐड करते रहेंगे, उसके बाद ऑयल, शुगर, तो वो डबल डबल काउंटिंग होगा. सो इंस्टेड ऑफ काउंटिंग their values already added up in the final price or value of the goods. Otherwise, if we count it again and again, then it would be overlap. Okay, so first of the wheat and then of the flour and finally as a biscuit. Okay, the value of final goods and services produced in each sector during the particular year provides the total production of the sector for that year. This is very important. Value of final goods and services, जैसे कि बिस्किट है, बिस्किट इट इज़ 15 rupees per packet. It is the value of final goods. So value of the final goods or that may be the services प्रोड्यूस इन ईच सेक्टर, हर सेक्टर में जो प्रोड्यूस होता है उसकी फाइनल वैल्यू सर्विसेज की या गुड्स की, एंड दैट इज काउंट इन पर्टिकुलर ईयर दैट प्रोवाइड्स द टोटल प्रोडक्शन of the sector of that year, particular sector of that year. Okay, and the sum of the production in the three sectors gives what? That is gross domestic product. GDP क्या है? is sum of the total production from primary, secondary and tertiary sector. So here in the GDP or gross domestic product of the country means यहाँ फाइनल गुड्स की, पर्टिकुलर सेक्टर के फाइनल गुड्स की वैल्यू ऐड होती है और वो दैट बिकम्स द कंट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ दैट सेक्टर in the domestic gross domestic product. It is the value of final goods and services produced within the country during the particular year. So what is gross domestic product? Domestic products means production of all three sector, primary, secondary and tertiary sector. But what we add in this domestic product, gross domestic product, value of final goods or services, they are very important and that should be within the country for particular year. जैसे कि कोई बच्चा है वो पढ़ाई करके यदि फॉरेन में सेटल होता है, जॉब होती है और वो उसके पेरेंट्स को यदि पैसे भेजता है फ्रॉम द फॉरेन, so that would not be that would not added in the GDP because that is not within the country. Got it, student? Okay. Next is that we have seen just GDP. Here in the India mammoth task of the measuring of GDP is undertaken by whom? Central government ministry. So central government ministry that takes the responsibility or task for counting the GDP in India, whose task is there? Central government ministry. This ministry with the help of various government departments of all the Indian states and union territories collect the information related to the total volume of the goods and services and their prices, and they estimates the GDP. Means this central government ministry work is there or task is there for counting the contribution of the primary, secondary and tertiary sector with the help of final value. But for this counting, union territories and state governments or states, they help for collecting the information related to the total goods and services produced within the country in different areas, different state and different territories. So we have cleared, we have discussed about how we calculate the GDP and whose task is there and who help for this task for counting the GDP from or contribution of GDP from the particular sector, that is primary, secondary and tertiary sector. Then historical changes in the sector. Historical changes in the sector. As we have seen yesterday, there are primary, secondary and tertiary sector. Primary sector, it is the agricultural sector, and in agricultural sector more people they are engaged, but their contribution towards the GDP they are less. And nowadays this sector, tertiary sector, that develop, though people they are working less, but their contribution, tertiary sector's contribution is much more in the GDP comparing to the primary or agricultural sector. Means this how that historical changes in the sector, these things we are going to discuss in this that is historical change in the sector. Okay, so generally it has been noted from the histories of many now developed countries that at the initial stage of the development, primary sector was the most important sector in the economic activity. इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी में प्राइमरी सेक्टर हमारे इंडिया में भी और इंडिया के बाहर भी उसका कंट्रीब्यूशन था या डेवलप था कंपेयरिंग टू द अदर सेक्टर, बिकॉज primary sector is important. Primary sector's product that goes to the secondary sector for finishing that product. Means secondary sector depend upon the primary sector. So as the method of farming change and agricultural sector began to prosper, ट्रेडिशनल फार्मिंग मेथड में क्या होता था, लिमिटेड प्रोडक्शन was getting there. But after introducing green revolution in 1960, more and more production started taking from this primary sector because of introducing HYV seeds, fertilizers, irrigation, all this. Though the land is limited, but more production taken, and this primary sector became more prosperous comparing to the previous period. This is also one of the historical changes in this sector. Okay, so it produced much more food than before. Because of adopting green revolution, changes came and this agriculture sector became very prosperous, developed, and started producing much more food than before. Many people could now take up other activities. There were increasing number of craft persons and traders. Number of people they are involving in this trading and craft, which based on the agricultural products. Buying and selling the activities increased many times. Beside there were also the transport administrators, transportation, then armies, etc. Okay, However, at the stage, most of the good produce were natural product from the primary sector, and most people were also employed in this sector. Means, in short, we can say that most of the people, they are working in the agricultural sector, or in fact agriculture sector is called the labor absorbing sector. And others, secondary and tertiary sector depends upon the primary sector. Okay, over the long time, more than 100 years, we are talking about the more than 100 years, or over the long time, and especially because new methods of manufacturing were introduced, factories came up and started expanding. In 18th century, industrialization taken place first of all in Europe, especially in the Britain. Industrialization taken place, industrial revolution came in the European country, they started taking production, industrial production, introduced factories, came up and started expanding. Those people who had earlier worked on the farm now began to work in the factories in a large number. Previously, people, they were working in the farm, and now because of introducing or industrialization, large number of factories came, and people, they shifted their work from agriculture to the industries. Because of development in these factories, many more industries that came up, people began to use many more goods, they were produced in the factories at cheap rate. Now because of availability of industrial products, people, they started consumption of the different products and services. If we look up around the 50-60 years, our forefathers, they were using very limited industrial product, but now we can see we are, in our family also, different industrial goods which we are using, and because of this, our life became very comfort because of the industrial revolution. Okay, so people began to use many more goods that were produced in the factory in cheap rate. Why they are affordable to us? Because their production is much more large scale production which cuts the price, and they are available in very cheap rates, and that is why they are very affordable to us. And for example, fridge, 50 40 50 years back ago, fridge was very luxurious, but now it becomes very common for the common people. Okay, so secondary sector gradually become most important in the total production and employment. Is secondary, because of industrial revolution taken place, secondary sector gradually become most important. People started using the industrial products, and that significance increased. Before to that, significance was only of the primary sector, that is agricultural sector. Most of the people, they were working in this sector. Okay, so secondary sector gradually became the most important in total production and employment. Most of the people, they started working as a employees in this sector. Hence, over the time, shift had taken place. This means that importance of the sector had changed. Means before to that, primary sector had a much significance, but because of industrial revolution, the secondary or industrial sector, that became the more important, or people started working, or importance shifted to the secondary sector. In past 100 years, there has been further shift from the secondary to tertiary sector. Means how what we are discussing, how the shift, how the sector shifted. Before previously importance was to which sector? Primary. Then importance came in existence of the industrial or secondary sector, and nowadays tertiary sector is also growing fast. Significance also increase. How? So in past 100 years there has been a further shift from the secondary to tertiary sector in developed countries. यदि पास्ट 100 ईयर्स से हम इवेल्युएट करते हैं रिलेटेड टू द डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज, तो इन डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज, इवन दो इन डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज ऑल्सो significance increase of the tertiary sector or tertiary sector growth taken place. So the service sector has become the most important in the term of total production. Means total production. Actually there is no direct production. Tertiary sector also called the service sector, but their value or contribution in GDP, it is increased nowadays in developing countries also and developed countries. In developed countries, it was from the past 100 years. Most of the working people are also employed in the service sector. Most of the people, they are working in the service sector or tertiary sector. This is general pattern observed in the developed countries. Okay. Even developing countries, this pattern also develop or significance shifted to the tertiary sector, because most of the people they consider for the production unit gets the risk, but only in trading or trading of this production, those who involve traders, then wholesalers, they work in this service sector, because they do not have the risk for producing. Risk goes with in place of whom? Farmers. But traders, wholesalers, all these people, they involved in selling, they are in the tertiary sector and they get much more money without having the risk. So in developed countries, means marketing, in short we can say the marketing, it is or providing services, they are important. So what is the total production and employment in the three sectors in India over the years? Have there been changes similar to the pattern observed for the developed countries? We shall see in the this next section. Means it is not the things that pattern it is change in developed countries, but if we talk about in India, this pattern or the shifted to the secondary and tertiary sector, and these sectors also became important. Before to that, only agricultural or primary sector was, or they had a significance. Okay, clear students? So we have completed page number 23. Okay, and come to the page number 24. Okay, primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector in India. Here is the graph. Here is the graph 1, GDP of the primary, secondary and tertiary sector. Graph 1 shows that what? Production of the goods and services in the three sector, primary sector, secondary and tertiary sector में जो goods and services produce हुई है वो year 1973 and 2013 and 14. यहाँ दो ग्राफ्स दिए हैं. Two graphs are given of the different years and their contribution towards what? GDP. प्राइमरी सेक्टर, सेकेंडरी सेक्टर एंड टर्शरी सेक्टर का GDP में कंट्रीब्यूशन कितना रहा ऑन रिलेटेड टू द ईयर्स 1973-74 और दूसरा जो कॉलम है वो है 2013 and 14. This is the comparison. You can see how the total production has grown over the 40 years. This is the span of 40 years, 73-74 to 2013 and 14. This is the span of 40 years, and how this change came in existence, that we are going to discuss here. You can observe this primary sector indicated blue color, secondary sector indicated red color, and tertiary sector indicated by which color? Green color. So here in 1973 and 74, agricultural sector, that is in blue color, that was much grown up. Grown up means many more people, they were working in this primary sector, and their contribution was much more comparing to the secondary and tertiary sector. सेकेंडरी और टर्शरी सेक्टर से यदि कंपेयर करते हैं 1973-74 को, तो प्राइमरी सेक्टर जो ब्लू कलर में इंडिकेट करता है उसका कंट्रीब्यूशन ज़्यादा था. किसमें? जीडीपी में, ग्रॉस डोमेस्टिक प्रोडक्ट में. लेकिन वही ग्राफ हम 40 इयर्स के बाद मीन्स 2013-14 में देखते हैं, तो यहाँ दैट शिफ्टेड टू द that contribution shifted to which sector? Tertiary sector. यहाँ सेकेंड इसमें 2013 एंड 14 में देखते हैं तो जीडीपी में टर्शरी सेक्टर का कंट्रीब्यूशन ज़्यादा है और प्राइमरी सेक्टर का कम हुआ है. नो डाउट 73-74 से कंट्रीब्यूशन तो हुआ है ज़्यादा, लेकिन ऑल टुगेदर 3 सेक्टर का हम कंपेयर करते हैं तो एग्रीकल्चरल सेक्टर या प्राइमरी सेक्टर का कंट्रीब्यूशन 2013-14 में दैट इज़ वेरी लेस कंपेयरिंग टू द सेकेंडरी और टर्शरी सेक्टर. सेकेंडरी सेक्टर का भी कम है कंपेयरिंग टू द टर्शरी सेक्टर, एंड टर्शरी सेक्टर का सबसे ज़्यादा है. दैट इज़ वाई वी मीन्स नाउअडेज देयर इज़ ग्रोइंग इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ द टर्शरी sector, because tertiary sector's contribution is much more in the GDP. Though people they are working, number of people working in the GDP comparing to the number of people in tertiary sector, they are less in number comparing to the primary sector, but their GDP contribution is much more, and that is why there is the significance grown up significance of the tertiary sector, because tertiary sector's contribution is much more in this national economy or in GDP. Got it, student? This map, have you clear this map? Then again we discuss here. Okay. So only this graph which we have seen how this tertiary sector nowadays became very important, or their contribution in the GDP. Okay. Tomorrow again we'll discuss it deep with comparing their share in the employment percentage, share of the sectors of the GDP percentage or rising importance. Again we will discuss. So okay student, good day.